30 seconds away from the start of the Toledo Tool Sports Sedan Series, round number 4. 10 seconds away from the start. Brian Thompson has the pole position. Back behind him, Kevin Bartlett, but as they tug off the line, Keith Carling missing from the grid, and 48 splits them heading up the hill. Des Wall and the Commodore gets away very smartly indeed. One slow to begin in the middle of the pack, and I think you'll find that Brian Thompson will take the lead as they drop into the loop for the first time. Kevin Bartlett back there into third, subbing today, of course, in the JAGUAR XJS. And good to see Kevin Bartlett back having a full book, as they say.
Race leader Brian Thompson just cannot get enough of speed. He stopped by the commentary box during those highlights from Toledo on his way down to the grid to say that this car is for sale at around the $115,000, $120,000 mark, and he's going to build himself another one, a new one.
And he only just got this new one.
Exactly.
Working well.
Yeah. It's a dynamite machine, so...
he's great to the sport, and he's great for the sport, Brian Thompson.
Well, there must be 3 or 4 cars that he's built that are going around in, you know, different sports sedan series at the moment.
He doesn't build too many turkeys, I'll tell you.
Des Wall working pretty hard here with Kevin Bartlett.
KB just trying to edge to the top of the hill, can't get past Wall.
And we should put a clock on Brian Thompson. The other thing he told me was that he's going to try and crack the lap record.
He might have more chance of that than selling it for $120,000 this afternoon. Good scrap here between Des Wall.
That was Robin Doherty's 4 we were looking at earlier on as well. And Keith Carling, an interested spectator, I should say, at the moment. The number 14 Mazda Toledo Tools entry was pushed off the side of the grid there. And so he'll be very disappointed that he's not involved in this battle. KB now makes a lunge down the inside.
At least the car's in better shape than it was at Oran Park, Keith Carling's.
Yes, you're right. Thompson's definitely going for the record. He is just scooting away from the field. There's Keith Carling's Toledo Tools Mazda, number 14. Out before the start of the race. Bad luck for Keith. Once again, Kevin Bartlett and the Colorbond Jag sitting in behind Des Wall's Commodore. Must be about the widest Commodore at Amaroo this afternoon. There's not too many spots to park around here.
The all-care air conditioning entry, and another one of those lovely engineering jobs from Bob Tyndall. Bob Jolly is in 4th place in his Commodore, and further back behind him we've got David McGuinness in the Mazda RX-7. He's quite a distance behind at this stage. 2nd and 3rd, so close you could barely see Kevin Bartlett under there, and now the Colorbond Jag is brought up onto the outside of the Commodore. No. KB switches line again. He's making sure that Des Wall's mirrors are kept well and truly full. Now he's got the gap he's been seeking. No, wasn't able to get back in that hole. Well, I thought that was big enough for KB to get in there, but the car wasn't balanced to his liking, so he's had to wait for another opportunity.
That's the best we've seen Wall's car go all season, I think, here at Amaroo Park. He's keeping Big Rev Kev fairly honest here as they come down to the lake.
KB using a little bit more road than Des Wall that time. Des has been a long time sports sedan runner. Had a Tirana that was very successful for many years.
Oops. Kev's going to pull back underneath him now. Wall had to take an extra lock there. He might have him this time. Yes, he does.
In there this time. Yep, good on you. Nice bit of driving there, KB.
So Bartlett moves to 2nd. Thompson is still attacking the record book by himself.
Just wondering whether or not Des might be able to come back on the attack here, but he lost a little bit of ground that time over the back. Bob Jolly still in 4th place.
Look for 4th place, Jolly. That'll give you an idea of how far they've spread themselves out around Amaroo Park today. Another nifty looking Commodore. So credit to the sports sedan movement, Bob Jolly, the Rover entry. They really are keen about their racing, these guys. Big field today. There's one coming off the bottom of the lake corner. Has obviously had a little excursion down there in the dirt. Jeff Reeves, 171 was the guy involved there. In the Alpha is Jolly, running fourth at the moment in this Toledo Tool Sports Sedan Series, round number 4, finals this afternoon. There's the gap now from 4th to 5th.
Where are your field glasses?
Good scrap though, this one. Mazda RX-7, David McGuinness, 145. That's him there. A couple of little Mazdas having a go back in the pack. And I think it's a Datsun 120Y, car number 31 of Shawn Donnelly in there behind this car. No doubt that'd be the old Mike Griffin car, I'm guessing at that, but
you should recognise it, shouldn't you?
Well, no, I'm talking about the 120Y.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that long ago.
Yeah. I don't think there were too many quick 120Ys around. Car number 31, mobile auto tint. Yes, Mike's been on the sidelines recently, but I understand he's got a pretty mean little weapon being put together in the corner of Sydney at the moment. We might well see Mike Griffin back amongst the sports sedans in the not too distant future. Certainly always been a front runner, and I'm sure everybody will welcome his return. Car number 10, Michael Burke's Alpha GTV.
I also noticed that Graham Bailey's son having a run today in the Commodore, of course, that won Bathurst, the chicken Commodore.
It was the Alan Grice Graham Bailey car, the winner of Mount Panorama in 1986, and this weekend always signifies the commencement of the official countdown towards Bathurst, I guess, when teams really turn their attention to the big one each year.
Well, there he is, having a huge brake lock-up. So Bailey Jr., young Derek, having a run in that car. We haven't seen that on the racetrack for ages. Ran in the Division 2 qualifying race for the sports sedans this morning and ran a very creditable 3rd place. Doesn't seem that long ago, does it? That car was leading the 1000 at Bathurst with Gricey and Graham Bailey.
Last lap board is out, and time's just about up. There's the Supra, Chevy powered Supra of Brian Thompson. I don't know whether he's actually cracked the lap record. The outright sports sedan lap record here is 49.5 seconds set by Chris Clearahan in Alfetta Chev. Best time I got, Brian, was dead on 50 seconds. So with proper timing equipment, he might have gone a shade under that, but whether or not he's got close to Clearahan's record is another matter. But the car,
I reckon there'll be a little bit too much oil and rubbish on the track. We were very keen to try and do that in the open wheeler, but not to be this afternoon, I don't think.
Last corner coming up. And the Toledo Tool Sports Sedan race this afternoon is going to Brian Thompson in the Chevy-powered Toyota Supra.
and the series to him by a big margin.
Yep, he's been a consistent runner. Whoops, 78. Around sideways at the top of the hill. I think that's Bob Blacklaw.
Unless he's run a bit late.
Yes, Bob's had a streak of bad luck up there. Let's recap them for you on the Caltex race score. Brian Thompson from Shepparton wins in the Toyota Supra. Second spot goes to Kevin Bartlett in the Jag. Third, Des Wall in the Commodore.